Alright, making something today that you probably had a couple of times or a bunch of times at your favorite Italian restaurant and thought to yourself, no way I could ever make that by myself. The truth is it's actually pretty simple and actually inexpensive, probably cheaper than if you were to go and pay for it at a restaurant. We're going to make some from scratch homemade gnocchi today. First step to gnocchi here, we boiled some potatoes and now we're going to mash them up. Kind of like you're making mashed potatoes, only we're obviously not adding any cream or anything at this point. We're just mashing up, getting the potatoes nice and airy to tell that they're hot because it's steaming up the camera. But just mash those up nice and fine. If you got a ricer, even better. Just kind of like I said, make mashed potatoes like you normally would. Just don't put any cream or butter or anything. Just plain raw potatoes right now. Mashed up potatoes. We'll let them cool a little bit because they don't want to be super hot. Because we're going to put some egg in here, and you don't want to cook the egg. So just like with any kind of pasta dough, you want to make a well, right? And then let's see how skilled I am here. See if I can crack this egg with one hand while filming. But we're going to crack a couple of eggs. Some people can just use egg yolks. Some people use the whole egg. I'm going to use the whole egg here. We're probably going to do 2 eggs to start. 2 eggs. And then we're also going to add our seasonings here to season this up as well. I seasoned it. Kept the seasonings pretty simple. We did salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and I threw a little smoked paprika in there, so I like the way that tastes. But really, at this point, you can put any flavors you want in there, any seasonings you want. That's what I chose today. And then you're just going to get in there and just start incorporating everything and just mixing it up, incorporating that egg, getting everything all mixed in there. So this works a little better with 2 hands, so give me a moment. So as you can see, it's kind of gotten a little thicker now. Now we're going to get it a little dry. We're going to add in our Parmesan cheese. That's the key, good key there. Again, never too much Parmesan cheese. And then we're also going to add in our flour. So sprinkle in a decent amount of flour and then incorporate it. If you need to add more, you can add more, but you can't take some out. So incorporate the flour slowly and get that all mixed up. Transfer the dough now to a nicely floured, flat surface. It's starting to really look like a dough now. So we're going to cut it into some portions here. We'll go into 4s. Set aside these other ones, and we're just going to work with 1 for right now. And basically what you want to do is kind of like arts and crafts time back in kindergarten. You want to roll it out like Play-Doh. So start rolling it. You want to probably get it maybe like, I would say, I don't know, about as thick as your finger. That's a good reference point there. You want to roll it out until it's about as thick as your finger. All right, once you've got it nice and rolled out, you want to just start cutting it into little pieces. About inch or so thick, little chunks. So just cut those out. And now once you've got them cut out, you want to go ahead and place it on a fork and push and roll to get a nice little ridge in the gnocchi. That's 1. It's a bit of a time-consuming process. This is why maybe sometimes it's easier just to get it at a restaurant. Push and roll. Got your ridges set to the side. And just continue pushing and rolling for however many you have. I'm going to definitely pause it and have plenty left here in a moment, but no, it took a while. Alright, so now we've got all the gnocchi rolled. Maybe it didn't take that long, but due to the magic of movies, it's seconds later. And we're going to now take all of our gnocchi and put it into our boiling water. Now what we're waiting for here is for the gnocchi to start floating to the top. Once you start to see the gnocchi float to the top, let it go for like another minute and then drain it. So earlier, I fried up some sausage that's going to go along with this meal. So we got the leftover sausage drippings and I added some butter too into a pan. And we're going to put the gnocchi into the pan here. Now what we're doing here, just adding another layer of flavor, getting a little bit of color on the gnocchi, and a little bit of texture. This way it's just not soggy dough balls, you know? So just kind of saute those a little bit. Like I said, let them get a little color, a little texture, and we're almost done here. We're almost in the home stretch. All right, so the gnocchi's starting to get like a nice kind of goldeny hue to it. Just kind of keep mixing it up. You're not trying to fry it or anything like that. That move right there really doesn't do anything to help cook it. I just wanted to show that off on TV. Gnocchi coming off the stove. We're going to go into a bowl here. And this is where you can plate it with the sauce of your choice. I am using a pesto sauce today. So let's get a spoon and put a little pesto in here. And I'm just going to kind of toss it up again. So toss it around. We are all finished, and it is time for the fun part. We're going to plate our sausage and gnocchi. So I'm going to slice up some sausage here. I like to do mine on a little bit of a slanted bias, just kind of looks cooler. Doesn't make it taste any better. But I like when my food looks good. Alright, so we got a few slices of sausage there. We're going to add our gnocchi tossed in pesto. Put that on the side. We're going to put some pesto on the side, on the plate. And we're going to plate our sausage on top of the pesto. Let's get a little more sausage here. And of course, top with some Parmesan cheese. I also like to top everything with a little bit of pepper, some salt, and there is your finished product. Pesto gnocchi from scratch with some sausage and a pesto